How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and this is my second channel where we take a more behind the scenes and off the cuff look at stuff I do on my main channel. Now, actually, on this channel, you saw us build this 2016 Ford Focus RS because, well, I really like this car, and I wanted to go up against Jack. Well, Jack builds it, and his Evo. Now, I like this car because, number one, it looks cool. It's pretty good on power, but it's really good on gas, and it's very practical. Now, one of my friends wanted to get a more practical car, and he's always been complaining about gas prices. And, well, he bought something that I never thought he would buy, and it's this. So he bought a Tesla Model S, and that friend is Rex.
Haha. What you think, bro?
So honestly, I never thought that you'd buy a Tesla, like ever, because it's not like you've never been an electric car guy.
No, and I never thought I could afford one.
Yeah, because this is actually one of the, if not the most cheap, I guess the cheapest Tesla that you could buy. What year is it?
I think it's a 2016.
So 2016 Tesla Model S. It's not a performance, but it is a 90D,
yeah,
which means it has dual motors, and it's, I mean, how many miles does it have?
52,000, just about.
Has 52,000 miles.
Yeah. I think it's a good buy. Guess how much I paid for it?
I don't know. I know you got it cheap. I don't know how much it was.
I paid 17 grand for this thing. I stole it.
17,000. Okay, so was it on fire? Was there like a flood?
They were just very nice to me, and they gave it to me for. I know the people that owned it previously. So.
$17,000. So what can you buy for 17 grand? You can buy like a Nissan Altima,
an FRS, like a clapped out FRS.
Yeah, you can get like an FRS. What else you can probably get a Honda Civic, like a used Honda Civic.
Yeah, maybe an SI with 100,000 miles.
Dude, but there's like the paint's really nice. It's red. That's a color of fast, you know.
And this is like the series that I've been looking forward to. 90D.
Okay, so it's a hillbilly edition.
They only made 5 of these.
Oh, okay.
And
it's a 1 of 5.
The other 4, it's been wrecked. This is the last one, and it took me about 7 years to find it.
Yeah. So I don't know much about these cars. I've driven a few Model S's, but I've never. I know that you've driven a bunch of Teslas. So it's a 5-seater, but are there jump seats in the back?
No, not this one. This one doesn't have it, but it does have a lot of room in the trunk.
Oh, dude, that's so cool. Oh, wow, that is a lot of room.
Yep, got all my basketball shoes and.
So it's a hatchback. Why do you have so many shoes?
Well, I start Monday with yellow, and then Tuesday with white.
Do you live out of this car?
Sometimes,
Okay.
Me and my wife fights a lot, so.
Okay, all right.
It smells like the gym in here, bro.
It does.
No, it actually smells like tacos today.
Okay.
Because of the tacos, but.
Rex's feet smell like tacos. It smells like feet. It doesn't smell like tacos. Okay, so a few things about this car that are pretty notable. Well, if you just walk up to the car kind of greets you with the door handles coming out, right?
Yeah. So when it's locked like this, that's how you know it's locked. The side mirror's in, and then when you get close to it, usually it doesn't. A lot of times you gotta touch this. There's still a lot of stuff I need to learn about the car. I'm not used on driving it.
And this just comes out, and then hopefully this doesn't come in while you're
Yep.
So you open this up, window comes down, and these are also pillarless doors. Very cool. And the interior it's super like Spartan. It's very minimalistic in here. Now, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir because I know a lot of people have been driving these for a while, but I've never actually gotten any seat time or any time in one of these at all. But I like this. That's a giant screen, man.
Yes, it is. I play games in them. I wish I could figure out how to play YouTube while I'm driving, because it has autopilot.
Okay, so let me explain this to you right now. I'm gonna shut the door so the Tesla engineers don't hear us. Just because a car has autopilot does not mean that it can drive itself. Okay?
Yes, it can.
No, it cannot. No, it cannot. No, it cannot. Okay.
I'm still here.
Yeah, you're still here only by the grace of God.
I've had it for a day, and I've been using that autopilot.
Yes.
for like the past 6 hours.
Yeah.
And look, I'm still here, guys.
No. The car cannot drive itself.
Yes,
okay?
it can.
It does not drive
Yes,
itself.
it can.
Even if it says it's full self-driving, it is not. Do not let the car drive itself.
As long as there's no weird cones on the way, it does pretty okay.
Okay. It don't do that.
Trust
it
me,
doesn't.
guys. It's $17,000. What, dude? Like, what else can you ask for?
Okay, so we got some cameras over here. It has 360 cameras, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So they say.
Okay.
I haven't really looked into all of that stuff. I just know I've been enjoying the autopilot, guys.
Stop it. Stop using me out. Please stop using me out.
When the owner told me it has autopilot, I'm like, sold.
Well, it also has a frunk, right?
Yes. I've never even opened it.
What?
Yeah.
So there could be like,
Let me see.
is somebody gonna jump out of this thing?
So the cool thing about owning this car is that you don't need a key for it anymore. You can control everything on your phone. So don't lose your phone. Cause
Oh yeah, make sure your phone is charged.
Yep.
Then you can't get into your car.
I still don't know how to use it, but let's see. There you go. Open.
Oh, that's nice.
There might be some stuff in there.
So
I haven't looked in there yet.
This is where the V8 goes, right?
Yep. There you go.
Oh,
look,
wow.
It's clean. It's super clean.
That's cool. So this is it's a pretty decent size trunk. You can put
The luggage.
like a little
check-in
luggage thing
luggage.
here.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing I don't know if there's supposed to be more space in here or less, because it does have the motor up front. So it has a motor up front and a motor in the back. That's cool, man.
They did a collab, right?
What? Oh,
They built it.
Oh, it's a Harley Davidson. It's a
Yeah.
Harley Davidson Hillbilly edition.
Yep.
Oh my god, this is so rare. It's one of one.
It's one of one. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, look at this. Hold on. I just look at it. These look like they've either been changed or they're super sturdy. But check out over here. Like, look at that. Look at that flex. That's
Hey man. Hey,
oh
man.
boy.
Be nice, man. I just got this.
I know, but like dude, look at this. It goes like this. It does this.
Yep.
It does this.
Can we stop looking at imperfection and
It's
just
not imperfection. It's
appreciate the
it's a-
car?
Okay. It's a feature, not a bug.
Okay. All right.
So you know what we should do, right?
What?
We're pretty close to Electrified Garage. I feel like we should go there and have them check this out.
I mean, what would they do to it?
Well, I mean, they got some bleep bloop computer stuff,
Okay.
and they could probably make it a little faster or whatever, or see if like what versions you have and upgrades. I don't know how electric cars are modified. I honestly have no idea. But I feel like they could tell you if you got a good deal or not. Because
Sure.
from where I'm sitting, it's a really good deal.
I think it's a good deal. I mean, I've had it for a day, but I really think it's a good deal, guys. So.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it, but
I really want to put underglows. Maybe they could help me put underglows on this.
the underglow should come on right when you're on autopilot. That's why I know not to be on the road.
That would be a cool picture, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we should definitely go to Electrified Garage. But actually, before we go to Electrified Garage, we should check this thing with Car Vertical. So Car Vertical is the best vehicle history report money can buy. It tells you everything about a car's history, whether it's been in a flood, in a fire, whether it has mileage discrepancies. And one really interesting feature of Car Vertical that I like is that if it's been in a salvage lot, you can see photos of the damage, so you can see how the car is now versus what it was like before. Now, in the case of the Tesla, everything came up clean. Apparently, the old owners were telling the truth, and the car is very, very well represented. But in the case of some of these other cars, they weren't so good. Now, it is super important for anybody when they're looking for cars to make sure that their vehicle history is on point, and Car Vertical is the best way to do that. So go check it out in the link in the video description below and use my code Tavares to get 20% off your order right now. And if you're like me and looking for new cars to buy, it's a no-brainer. Go check it out right now. Dude, what the heck?
He's a hot boy?
Did you see this?
Yeah, I've seen them online. I've never actually played them.
Look at that. So I think this lights up Tesla, right? And then it stays. Oh my good! It's like a Rolls Royce. All right, so what we're looking at here is a $17,000 Tesla Model S. We want to see how much of a pile of crap it can be. So
we're probably gonna need a new battery.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Should probably just throw the car away.
Yeah.
And start over.
So this is Chris. He runs Electrified Garage, and he knows everything there is to know about the Model S, especially old ones. And we're going to be looking at a lot of the common failure points. So what's interesting to me is that the pinch welds, or the where you have to lift this car up, is all the way on the outside of the car, and it makes sense because the battery is right here, so you can't go further in like you would on a normal car.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. And a lot of people think you need these magical pucks or whatever to pick the car up. It has jack points like every other vehicle.
Yeah.
So like everybody on the internet's like, oh, I can't take my car to a regular tire place because they don't have pucks to pick my car up with. The reality is Tesla doesn't use them. We don't use them. You don't need them.
Yeah.
Sorry to everybody that sells pucks online, but that's the truth.
Good to know. That's really good to know.
The truth is out now.
Save you some money there.
Truth is out.
So what are some common failure points on these older Model S's?
So this car is 5,000 pounds. That's a lot of weight going down the road. Tesla didn't really engineer the suspension to be the most compliant. So the bushings are kind of on the soft side. They tend to wear out pretty quickly. When we get to the front of the car, we can talk about ball joints, which are a major issue.
Yeah.
But back here, the biggest thing is going to be these bushings that are tucked up inside of here. You can't really see them, but there's two bushings here that are made of rubber. They wear out. So, and then there's a camber and toe arms up above. Those tend to wear out pretty quickly as well. It makes the whole back of the car really like fishtaily when you accelerate. It also causes inner tire wear. So on the inside edge of the tire, this car is actually not too bad. But it'll be down to the cords here, but the rest of the tire will have good tread.
Yeah.
And people end up with flat tires because they had no idea. You can't see the inside edge.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a safety issue on older cars. They make adjustable arms now, so you can kind of dial the camber out.
Yeah, you can see it right here.
It's wearing.
It's feathering the tires right here. That's interesting. I guess also this car weighs quite a bit. It's like 5,500 pounds.
Yeah.
And these tires have to be rated for quite a lot, and there's a lot of torque going through them as well.
Right, and you think about with regen braking, it's not just the acceleration, it's the deceleration too. So the motor is slowing you down until you actually step on the brakes with using mechanical brakes. So that beats up the tires a lot too. So actually, you're gonna be time for tires, I think, and probably definitely in alignment. But those tires
you can get some wheels and tires at the same time.
I think that's what we're gonna
Something
do.
that looks better than these ones too.
I'm thinking about stealing the one outside.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Yeah. What about the battery itself? Do they get hit by stuff? And because I'm guessing this is a protective layer or something.
No, this is structurally. This is the battery itself right
really?
here. Yeah, but this is pretty thick. The biggest issue they had in the early days was actually up at the front of the battery here.
Yeah.
Was really vulnerable.
Okay.
And so they actually put a titanium skid plate underneath this piece of plastic here.
Wow.
They call it a bash kit. Mostly because somebody bashed a trailer hitch. It punctured the battery, and that was that first Tesla fire that ever happened. That's why that happened. But in reality, if that was a regular car, it would have went right through the floor and killed somebody.
Yeah.
Long before the car just said, hey, please pull over safely and exit before it caught on fire.
Yeah.
So everybody made this big deal, but in reality, in a regular gas car, that person would have been dead instantly.
Yeah.
So either one of these ball joints will shear. Sometimes this casting will break up here. Outside of that, like tie rods really don't go bad that much in these cars. They're actually pretty. They're like the strongest of all the suspension components for whatever reason.
Cool.
The early cars, the steering rack actually came out of a right-hand drive Land Rover, believe it or not. So maybe that's why it was like a truck steering rack.
Yeah, it looks pretty beefy. So all this stuff looks like it's also aluminum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything's aluminum. So you get cast aluminum knuckles, cast aluminum control arms. And then it's a unique setup. It's similar to like an old Mercedes S-Class. So the strut mounts to this control arm here, and it has an A-arm up top.
Okay, cool. And the brakes don't really get used at all in these things, right?
So the brakes will probably rot out before they wear out.
That's insane.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So you could probably get 150,000 miles out of a set of brakes, but they're going to be rusty and nasty, and like I said, they'll probably rot out before you have to replace them for any other reason. So we recommend every year you take them apart, we clean and lubricate everything, put it back together again, and then it works the way it's supposed to. And then if there's an emergency situation, you do have to panic stop, they actually work how they're supposed to.
Okay. Sounds good. But as far as like this particular car, how does it look?
So usually we'll check for play in the ball joints. There doesn't seem to be any. The sway bar links are actually a pretty common thing too, but most cars have sway bar link problems. These feel pretty tight. Tie rods feel okay. We can let the car down and kind of check it from the outside too. And check this side. Do you notice anything when you drive it?
No, I mean, I think it's just it's a heavy car. That's it.
Yeah, but I mean, otherwise, it seems like a pretty clean car. I'm assuming it came from Florida.
Yeah. What's your personal thought on coilovers on this car?
So the coil suspension is more reliable.
Okay.
You could have gotten this car with air ride too. The problem is the air ride seems to be pretty problematic with leaks. If the ride height is too different from one side to the other, it ends up going in fail-safe mode and won't allow you to go up or down. It's one of the banes of Travis's existence, where the poor guy has to try to figure out how to trick the car into saying, okay, I'm level, even though I'm not, just so we can kind of fiddle with it. But, you know, obviously it offers a nicer ride. You can raise and lower the vehicle if you got to go over like a steep incline or something like that. But I think KW makes adjustable coilovers for this car, but they're crazy money. They're like $7,000. Oh yeah. Because they have the electronic dampers too. But you know, if you want to be the guinea pig, I've never actually got to put a set on somebody's car.
Yeah, do it.
That'd be pretty fun.
I know a guy.
Yeah.
So we might be able to ask him for one just to try. We'll return it after 6 months.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll make that happen.
I like it. But outside of that, like the AC, the air conditioning system is very important too, because that cools the battery when you're supercharging. It doesn't just cool the people inside the cabin.
Okay.
So if the AC is not working, the car is not going to be happy. You won't necessarily be able to supercharge as fast or at all. So that could be an issue if you're on a road trip and all of a sudden the air conditioning craps out.
Maintenance-wise?
Maintenance-wise, tire rotations, checking suspension regularly, cleaning and lubricating the brakes is important. Very simple stuff. Cabin filters, wiper blades, key fob batteries.
So everyone should we like try to bring a Tesla to you guys?
Yeah, I would say like once a year, it's a good idea for us to get our hands on the car, go through it, and kind of spot issues before they become major issues. So, like for instance, before you have to replace your tires completely, let's get the alignment back where it's supposed to be, and get a few more miles out of those tires before we're like, oh, sorry, it's $2,000 for more tires. You know, nobody likes getting that news, and we don't like giving it either. So,
so what about the $20,000 elephant in the room, which is this battery? So everybody that I've ever talked to, when I say, hey, you know, a Tesla's cheap, you can get one for 10, 15, 20 grand. But everybody's like, well, that battery is like $25,000 from Tesla, and it's like 1 mile away from exploding and blah, blah, blah. So, like, what do you think? This car has about 52 or 53,000 miles on it?
53,000 miles.
Yeah, 53,000 miles on it, which, like, for any normal car is nothing. So this battery, like, in your experience, like, what sort of, like, longevity do these things get?
So this particular battery is second generation, so they're significantly more reliable than the first generation of batteries. So second gen started in 2016. So we've got cars that are 150,000 miles on them and they're fine. We have other cars that have 80,000 miles on them and have problems.
Yeah.
The problem is that you may have an issue where it's something very small. It's maybe a circuit board on the inside, or maybe it's just a soldering joint that's you know, gotten weak and now it's disconnected. But for Tesla doesn't just repair those things. They're just going to swap the whole battery out, and that's where the expensive cost comes into play. Whereas if you come here, we're going to go in and dive into it and figure out, okay, what it truly is the problem, fix just that, put it back together, and get you on your way.
Awesome.
You know, for significantly less money.
Yeah.
Or if it comes down to it, then yeah, we can get an entire battery pack. We could also upgrade your battery pack. So at some point, if you want 100 kilowatts instead of 90 kilowatts, we could do that too.
Perfect.
Yeah, so you can launch this car. And rearrange all your organs.
So like, or I could just not come to work and drive around the whole day.
Yeah, you could just drive around all day, no problem.
I think you should be like that kid in San Francisco that launched it off the hill.
I saw that.
The flying Tesla.
Yeah, the flying Tesla.
Yeah. Woo! Yeah. It seems like the suspension and brakes and everything on this car are pretty okay.
Yeah.
You know, I don't see any major dents, and it hasn't, you know, forks haven't come through here, so.
It's a little, you know, little speed bump love going on there, but nothing too major. No, I think overall you got a good deal. It's a clean car. That mileage is pretty low.
It's
It's what, a 2017? 2016, really? And it's only got, that's crazy. You know, so that's the other thing. Tesla people tend to drive their cars a lot more than a regular person because they're not paying for gas.
Yes.
You know, and because you can run the climate control all night, so people go glamping or Tesla camping inside of their cars.
You can run the climate control all night?
Yeah. It does. Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
There's a camp mode.
There's a camp mode on
And
there.
you-
Yeah,
and you
saw
just
that.
put it
I
on?
just saw that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
It even puts like a picture of a fire, like a campfire on the
No
screen.
way.
Yeah. So the reason this car has a low mileage is because the previous owner, the one before me, only lived like 7 miles away from work.
Oh, okay.
So and that's all that's where they went. Even on the weekend, that's where they went. So they like to work.
Yeah. So I'd say you got a great deal. It's a pretty clean car.
Awesome. Good to know.
Needs a little bit of an alignment touch up, but that's pretty much it. It's really not bad.
Cool.
You want to buy it?
I do want to buy it,
I'm just kidding.
but
No,
we should. So my next question is, we can do all the OEM stuff, but like, is there anything that you can do to this car that modifies it in some way?
So we're actually going to take a look. We haven't tried to do a dual motor yet. We're going to see if we can maybe bump the amperage discharge on the battery, and that'll give you a little bit more, like around 60 miles an hour. These cars tend to kind of fall on their face. We're going to see if we can give you a little bit more of a bump, so it'll continue to pull to like 80 or 90 miles an hour.
It's up to you if you want to do that.
It's up to you. It's a shop car.
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and make this car faster.
Yeah,
we're gonna make this car faster.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what we can do. But yeah, I'm excited to try it out because we haven't done a dual motor yet.
Okay, cool.
So
Wonderful. Also, this car has an issue with the amplifier or something, so like no sound comes from any of the door speakers, but you have the sound coming from the center speaker. I mean, is there a way that we could maybe put it on a diagnostic to see what what this car's
yeah, we take
thinking?
a look. The easiest thing, I'll show you how to really pull the speaker grill right off. 9 times out of 10, the speakers in these cars are blown because they're just paper speakers.
Wouldn't it still make a...
You'd be surprised. I can't tell you how many times we've been fooled where we're like, there's no way it's all the speakers in the car.
She does blast it out, though, like the way
Okay.
she... Yeah.
And
we
sure.
know know when she's coming to the
Okay,
shop.
yeah.
Sorry, Miss Deb, but we know when she's coming to the shop.
So Travis is in there, and he is programming the car for a pseudo ludicrous mode. Well, they call it Luda, and I just thought of ludicrous with the big hands and it's yeah. I'm sorry. It's everything here is so silly. Like this car is silly. The fact that it can go as fast as it does, as quickly as it does, is silly because it's so heavy. And the fact that you got this for such a great deal is really silly.
Rex is silly.
Yeah.
I'm the guy.
Yeah, you must have antenna issues.
So, so we have a first issue with the cheap Tesla, and that is that it doesn't recognize the key. So it may have some interior antenna issues because the key is right there in the center console, and it should read everything, but for some reason it doesn't. It's having some intermittent issues. But now Travis is going to bleep bloop the Tesla machine, and it should make the car faster.
So we're going to start with just standard toolbox for you, and then we're going to move on to the Loki, which is actual programming and altering the vehicle. But we're going to go into your vitals, which is a little bit next layer down, so we can see what's really happening here.
That's MS-DOS you're using?
No, it's just Tesla Toolbox 3.
It's MS-DOS.
Yeah. No DOS on this one. No directory, EXE, none of that, no run. So, yeah, you do have a couple small minor glitches going on, but it's standard with something this old. Basically, you have like log pool data and things of that nature. So as the SD cards fill up, it tries to decipher what's important to keep and what's not so important.
So this has an SD card that logs logs what?
Everything and anything it wants.
I did notice
It
that.
basically uploads to the cloud for autopilot use.
Okay.
So it's watching your driving and it's recording it for autopilot use. I've seen it, we've broken these things down to the, per se molecular level. So I've had pictures of dogs. I've found pictures of street signs.
Wow.
Just random stuff that the car just takes pictures of. So far, it's pretty clean, dude. Somebody
Cool.
took care of it, yeah. Somebody really took care of this thing.
That's about to change in the next 6 months.
Right?
This thing's about to get run into the ground.
It's in the wrong garage, I'll tell you that much now.
So Intel Atom is the newer software that started with the Model S and they carried it over to the Model 3s up until they used the Ryzen processor. So basically what that means is that it's a little more user-friendly. On the Tegra cars, we would actually have to remove the instrument cluster.
Oh, wow.
And go through the gateway there. Kind of cheat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So being an Atom Intel car, you guys don't have to suffer me tearing your front dash apart. That's never a good look when customers are watching you tear their stuff into little pieces.
Make sure you don't leave, okay? Because I have no ride home.
No, it's okay. They have Uber.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I could take iced tea, but that thing is only going to drive like 10 miles on full tank.
Yeah, on a full tank. It's 1 mile to the gallon.
Huh. Wow, it's in there. Let's see. Okay. Strange. Somebody's already been in this.
What?
Somebody's already done this.
Really?
What?
Is this car quick?
It's pretty.
It's pretty quick.
Yeah, they're not supposed to be. This is a turd.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's already been done what I was getting ready to do for you. So if you want to see, so obviously we're not the first people in the world. This stuff comes from Ukraine.
Yeah.
Oh,
So a lot of people my age know about computer software. So basically what we're looking at here is your battery type on the configuration. And when you go to it, it's pretty straightforward.
That's wild. Dude, this deal keeps on getting better and better.
That is 1516 amps with ludicrous. So the only thing I can really do
How come I don't have the option too?
is in it. It's in it 100%
Oh no.
time.
You're in ludicrous mode all the time, dude.
No wonder every time I freaking pedal to the metal on this thing, it kicks really hard.
Well, we can try to one up it. I've got a higher option. So
We should just.
this is going to be the big dog.
Yeah.
This is going to be 1600.
Well, how will I be on mileage?
Oh no, you're fine.
I don't know. How big's your foot?
Yeah, just don't. It's pretty easy to drive a 1,000 horsepower car. You just don't get into boost. It's fine.
Exactly. Basically, we just one upped you. We gave you 80 more amps, which is not a jump, but yeah, somebody's already been in here.
Does the error shows what's wrong with my speakers?
No,
No.
unfortunately. We can physically check your speakers and physically check for a signal. Obviously, on the Model 3s and the newer ones, yeah, you can A to B ringtone is what they call it.
We found something. Look at that guy. So that's a aftermarket amplifier or some sort of crossover. And I'm guessing this stuff goes to the speakers, and then you have. Wait a minute. You see what I see?
Oh,
There's no ground.
yeah. I never checked. You know me. I don't want to get electrocuted.
We could
Not with
We
this.
could just connect the ground here, and I bet
Maybe
you. I
it'll
bet
work.
you'll have.
Okay.
I bet you'll have
Because
music.
it just happened out of the blue. She said everything just vanished.
Yeah, I mean one of the wires is just disconnected. Like
I'll
we're
be the happiest guy if that works. Because I'm tired of like my breathing is louder than the freaking radio right now.
So if I connect the ground to the ground port, just without connecting anything. Look at that. Power. We have power, ladies and gentlemen. All right, I'm gonna connect this, and then maybe we should have some tunes.
So I've been driving for like the past 2 weeks, I think, with no sound, thinking that it was something else because Mr. Scott said they did look into this, and I never did. So yeah, I guess it's just ground problem. I'll be a happy camper if this starts working.
All right, she's connected. All right, go check.
See if it sounds like an 87 Cutlass.
I think I spoke too soon. Unfortunately, we did not fix the issue by just connecting a plug.
But I mean, at least that we know the amplifier is working.
Yeah, the amplifier is working, but I don't think it's receiving any signal, so we'll have to do some more digging. But okay, let's go back to the shop, and then we should see how fast. Like, we haven't been in the car like on a full bore launch.
No.
I think we should do
Last
that.
time we did, I almost threw up.
Yeah, I think I did throw up.
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's
go ruin each other's day.
go ruin the day. I don't know if you guys hear this, but something wonderful has happened. So come over here. He has a radio that works.
Listen!
He's listening to one of my videos. That's loud, dude.
It's super loud. Let me.
Beetle. And the Beetle was known for its simplicity.
That's
Namely,
crazy.
that you could take out 4 bolts
One wire,
engine
and
and
now
drop
this thing
out
works
of the car.
perfectly. He got a really good deal. So Rex has graciously allowed me to drive his new to him Tesla, and I mean it drives pretty good. It's the steering is a little heavier than you'd think because it's a big heavy car, but now that we know that the car has essentially ludicrous mode on all the time, you want to see how it?
I haven't tried it. I've been driving it like a grandma since I got it. So.
Okay.
Hold on.
All right. Ready?
Go ahead.
1, 2, 3. Okay. Oh, holy crap!
Whoa!
That's not bad. That is not bad.
Well, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, and especially for a car that's not performance based. Like you just stabbed the throttle and holy
Crap, bro!
All right, I get it.
I won't be doing that.
No?
No, man.
Oh, your range just went down by 100 miles.
Jesus. I knew that was gonna do that. I need to get home, man.
It's insane that you can get this kind of car for the money. Now, what people are going to say in the comments, and I know this is the case, is that, well, you bought it for 17 grand, but if the battery goes, that's $20,000 you have to pay. The good thing about it is if you take it to a place like Electrified Garage, you don't have to pay that because they can, instead of replacing the entire battery, which is $20,000, they can fix the battery. Yeah, and that'll cost you maybe like a few grand, maybe depending on what needs to be fixed. But yeah, it's totally doable. It's totally.
I haven't been in the gas station the whole week. Usually, I would go to the gas station, spend like $58 on my daily, and yeah, I got my charger at home, plug it in, charges about 48 miles an hour. So I get home and I just plug it on, and bro, I missed the gas station.
Exactly, and then you can just come and do things like this,
Yeah.
All right. Well,
yeah. No, I don't do that, guys.
You should.
Woo!
You should, because this does it very, very well.
My cheese Danish is coming out.
Which end? How much is a Plaid right now?
God, they start at 80, I believe. A brand new one, at least.
A brand new? Well, I thought they were like 100 something, but
well, the market kind of is fixing itself, but you could get one up to $100,000.
So if I get a Plaid, I mean a used one that probably has some miles and needs some stuff, then I mean I could probably get one like 60. But even at 60, that's like the fastest accelerating car. And
the amount of driving, you don't really do much driving.
No. But then you could just do stuff like that and rearrange your organs.
Or you could just borrow mine. I mean, it's not a Plaid, but I could get the yoke steering wheel and you could put it on there.
You know what's crazy? It's in park. You can't rev it. No, you can't rev it. I don't.
You don't even know I'm coming.
I don't trust. The only hum is from the air conditioner. You did really, really well. I'm sorry I took some range off, but it's a fantastic
So do you think it's a good buy?
Oh, absolutely, 100%. What if I gave you $17,000 and $10?
No, I'll trade you for the $675. I might consider it. But...
Yeah, we'll think about that. Yeah. We're gonna put that in the maybe pile. Dude, all right, cool. Well,
I'm glad you like it. So far, I like it too. I've been doing like I said before, my autopilot, and I'm just texting and watching YouTube while driving.
Please don't do that. Please don't. You're gonna get in a massive accident. Don't do that. Yes, don't do that.
So when you put it on autopilot, it follows the speed limit.
Good. It also follows the road right into a tree. Yeah. Good.
No.
Yeah. Autopilot doesn't mean that the car drives itself. It does not mean that.
I'll probably stop doing that then.